we'll start off. I think it's roughly 5, and I think everybody's waiting for the draw at 5:45, right? So just to like try to keep the time and everybody's anxiety for the draw, we'll start off, okay? I was told I don't need introduction because I've been here like 4 or 5 times before. So Bogdan was so kind not to introduce me, but I will do the introduction. He is our very good partner from XEROX, supporting us in this. And my name is Peter Wolf. I'm responsible managing director of Vysoft Hungary, part of Vysoft Corporation. And I was thinking what to present here today, because we did presentation before, and I want to bring something new, and I want to bring something interesting, and some new ideas, new thoughts to you guys, what has changed. Number one, we did one very good thing. I don't know if everybody saw it. We brought some 3D printers, right? Okay, if you want to listen to and you want to learn about 3D printers, come tomorrow same time. I think it's this room or the other room, okay? We have a very nice gentleman. He will explain the technology, all the possibilities, what you can use it for, and tons of other things. And I will stick to my main business, which is print management. And I want to give you guys an update of what has happened with Vysoft since last year, first. And then I want to give you some product ideas and what you could utilize in your offices and how you could do that. You know that we've been founded in 2000. We are a fully privately held company. Our owner base is still Czech only, so some Czech guys. Actually, there is one guy who is Japanese, but he's originally from Czech. And if you ever meet Japanese guys this tall, speaking Japanese and Czech, that's our guy, okay? He married to Japan, and it's really funny that when you see him with Japanese guys together and you say that he's also Japanese, it's fun. Okay, we have very nice global presence. I think we opened an office in Australia and France since last time. And the fun fact about our France office is that actually we don't have any French guys working there. Only immigrants. It's interesting. We are committing very much to our R&D. Actually, if anybody knows anybody who wants to move to Brno or Prague and can apply for developer position at us, we are very welcome. We are trying to enlarge the team to 100. It's one of the hardest tasks we ever had. Currently we have 80-something guys without management. So that's on top, and we want to increase it by the end of the year to 100 plus. It's a tough job. We are basically burning cash on doing PR for our own company in Czech. So if you go for a beer in Prague and you see on the metro that we are basically promoting the company, this is the reason. Okay, and if we basically started to work more on ventures. I will tell a couple of things about that. That's also very interesting. We are investing into Eastern European innovations. So if you have a good innovation, we are open for it, really, and to invest in it. And we got some awards, of course. That's very nice to always put up on slides like this. But how do we look like? Okay, so we have our R&D base and production. It's actually Vysoft. Of course, we are producing on our own production line, and now we extended that with the B3D. B3D became our product 6-7 months ago. We basically purchased the company, and they joined our team. That was a Czech-owned company, actually. It's from Prague. It's a Czech company. And you know where we had to go for the 2 CEOs or 2 managing directors to meet? Well, of course, Texas. Huh? It's common sense, right? So the guys were in Texas, and they formed a deal in 1 month, and we basically invested in the company. Okay, we have production for both and R&D. Actually, B3D today doesn't have any more sales guys. All sales guys were moved to Vysoft. Vysoft is actually the strong point in sales, and we are able to do basically full support for them, and we are able to support them. These are the locations where we have offices or we have some guys sitting. And of course, we have something also interesting, which is Vysoft Ventures. These are our investments. And basically, we are every year putting part of our leftover cash into ventures, and we are basically investing into companies. B3D is not an investment like that because we purchased the company. Here, with VideoFloat, OrganizeTube, and Comprimato, it's basically some investing, and we have some percent of the company. Okay? It's venture. If you want to be here, we are open. Okay? We have a very nice guy. You can talk to him. Really, he's really open. He's looking. What we are actually looking for today is somewhere merging hardware and software, because Vysoft has very big knowledge in hardware and software development and how to work that together. Okay? If you have something like that, it's very interesting that all three are actually video-oriented, because VideoFloat is a company that's trying to bring together cameramen like that one in the back, some kind of actually producer, and of course somebody like a company like ETA who wants to order such a service and gets it together. This is VideoFloat. OrganizeTube is a nice toy for your iPad or Android machine on how to organize your videos from all of the services. You can Vimeo, YouTube, and whatever you are using. Comprimato is doing something different. They are basically taking the graphical engine, and they can optimize basically video compression much better. Don't ask about it anymore. That's all I learned, one sentence. But if anything is interesting, that's good. Okay, of course, Vysoft is providing shared services to all of them as an umbrella. And one more thing we did since last year, we basically redefined our vision. We tried to say it and somehow form it on what we want to do and how we can. And I think it says that smarter with intelligent and enterprise office solutions. We want to make the offices smarter. So I am going to not basically hide it. Next year, if you guys allow me to present again, I will be talking about more solutions, not only print management, and we are bringing new solutions that actually fit this to the market. It will make office life simpler. And one of them you will love, because he's smiling so nicely. So what is our value? We have basically solution knowledge, also delivery knowledge, and we are also trying to put this from the smallest to our biggest companies. The flexibility of licensing is very strong. We actually flexed it much more, so it is extremely flexible. You can buy what you need. We provide really good services, even 24/7 if needed. Of course, it has a very nice price. But we do provide very strong services. We are even trying to extend it with things like automated house check for the system that is running 24/7. So we can preventively tell you what might happen in the future, which you should take steps for. So it's not like, okay, we provide you a hotline, and if you call, we want to be proactive in this. We are multi-vendor. So if you have multi-vendor environment, okay, we are not talking about HID, because HID still doesn't make any printers, to my knowledge, but they might in the near future. But you can use it with actually all devices. We have some very nice references. I think it speaks for themselves, so none of the names are small names. Some of them we have smaller installations, some of them we have bigger installations. Some of them we really like because it's our first. But I'm open for tomorrow to talk about it, okay? So, and we have basically global coverage. And to my pity, this slide was corrected, because we used to have a nice dot here in North Korea. And I could always ask everybody, okay, we have a mistake on the slide, and you saw what everybody looking at it and glaring at it and trying to find out where you have the mistake. It was nice to show that we haven't sold to North Korea, but they corrected the slide. Okay, this is about the company. If anybody has any questions, just stop me, okay? So, what are the challenges of the market, or what we think are the challenges? There are tons of things. Everybody can read them. I will not read it up. finished, so we can go on. And what we want to do with that is actually we want to redefine print management. How you see it, how we see it, because I think we are able to redefine print management. For that, we created SafeQSuite, which you can actually take apart to models. We don't strongly suggest it, but you are able to, so you have full modularity to the number of devices you want to use. So you actually get freedom. But we have these splits: authentication, rule-based, print roaming, mobile print, scan management, credit and billing, reporting, and now you're thinking of, what are these? Actually, I will talk about some of them, not all. Because what I was thinking when doing this presentation, I was thinking, okay, we could talk about, okay, you can save money, you could be more productive, you can be green. Of course, did you know that the PLA we are printing is eco-friendly from Cornbase for the 3D printer, and you can actually dissolve it if you do specific things? Ask tomorrow the guy how to do it, because I still don't remember, and I cannot remember, and how many steps you have to do exactly to dissolve it. Otherwise, it's very nice. So I decided to talk about security, because I think security, except being green, is aligned with all the other things. So it is aligned with cost efficiency, productivity, very much, when we are talking about security. So I want to talk about security, and I want to give you guys some idea on what we can do with security, or how we can bring security. So we have a simple workflow, right? We have a user at a workstation. Either they print to some USB device, or they print to some bigger devices. You have two options. When you actually print, you want it monitored and you want to know what and when it happened, right? And that gives us basic security, because we will know what the user has printed. Then the file itself, in case of this device, actually, to be honest, we have the solution on how to do that. If you want to ask, he's sitting right by you. He needs to solve it. On the server, you can have the image of the print job. You can view the image, what the user has printed. And it is only released if you're physically there. Do you want to test this? Go to the XEROX stand today, tomorrow, and you can test it. It's working. Everybody has a very nice badge. Everybody has an RFID card, just like in the office, right? Everybody can feel at home, like in the office today, right? We had a Congress, and everybody can feel it here in the office. So, and of course, one more thing is, it's all reported. Of course, we can do cost reporting, that's one thing. I think what is, from security perspective, the trackability. I can see what a user has done. I can actually see what an administrator has done within the system, because I want to track, because for security, monitoring and control is very important. So we authenticate. If the user has access, it's always checked. Then we allow access. If the user doesn't have, we basically tell him, sorry. Okay? Of course, there are tons of solutions which can really support this. Like, okay, if you forget your card, we can give you a PIN code for 24 hours, or we can auto-register the cards, and all of those things. But we have all of it under control. We have certain authentication devices. I will tell you guys a big secret. This is the last time I'm showing this slide like this. Because, okay, we have the ultralight terminal, which is simple authentication device. It's PIN and card reader is embedded. We have terminal professional, touch screen, and of course card. And you can check on the XEROX stand, the embedded terminal, which works on the device itself. And you have a card reader right by. And the reason this is the only time I'm showing this, or the last time, because we'll have new terminals. Bigger screen, much nicer, much more aligned to today. Oh yeah, we support 60 types of cards and all that, but you all know that, right? So, what are the key features? You have basically security, we have access management, authentication, And of course, it can be embedded or not embedded. We have both solutions. Okay, you can read the rest. I will not waste time with that. We have rules. One of the things we were always promoting with rules all the time is, okay, if you print from Outlook, you will print black and white and duplex, right? Every time we were talking about rule-based, then this is what, you can see it on the slide. If it's like this type of job, the server will take it, will transform it to black and white and duplex. Cool, but what does it have to do with security? Well, I have a different picture in this. If I print a certain document, it's coming from a certain system. I want the document to be watermarked with certain traits. Like it's secure, or I want the username on it. So I know who printed that. I can track that. And I have some kind of control. Or I can basically disallow some people to print certain things. Or the file name contains something specific. I can disallow a person to print. You can use the rule-based engine for that. Or you can force certain people to print at certain devices only, based on the rules. Of course, you can do this, like after 6 p.m., user can only print or copy at certain device. Okay, you can save money on this. Option A. Option B is this is a security and control because they won't be actually taking things from the company. Okay, so we'll have some governance. We'll have access management. We'll have, again, authentication. And of course, will be cost saving, but that was the first slide, right? Next one, print roaming. When we take print roaming and we talk about print roaming, what do you guys think? What we are talking about? I have a mobile and I can go to the next country and I can roam with it, right? I have mobile roaming. So I can move from country to country and I can use my mobile phone. It's the same thing. If you want it over countries, we can work it over countries. If you want it over continents, we can work it over continents. It's not a problem. We even have systems that are doing that. Actually, the full concept came from one of our very good customers called Teva. We had it's the biggest company of Israel. It's a pharmaceutical company, and they are extremely small in Romania. It's interesting. They haven't purchased any company here, but they will. Believe me, they are purchasing every single country. They are purchasing companies once a month. Without any joke, it's such a pharmaceutical company. So what the IT manager of Teva said is that, okay, I have basically complete system worldwide, the same thing. I get on the airplane. Before I get on the plane, I will send a print job. I land in Budapest, I go to the office. I swipe my card and I want to pick it up. Can we do that? Of course. But if I take it down to very simply, we exactly use the same technology. Here, there are two devices and you can choose where to pick up the print job. It doesn't matter if it's basically two devices, very small system, or thousands of devices. So this is what print roaming gives you. And as print roaming will give you this, it will give you security because you will only get your print jobs wherever you are and you can only pick them up. Unless you are so kind to share it with someone, because you are able to share it. Okay, so it will give you basically access rights, accesses. It will give you management of locations, and actually it will fully adapt to all local things that you need. And one more thing we have, since we have basically print roaming, we also have user roaming. The only difference is that when you print roam, the print job follows you around. When you user roam, you always print to the closest server. Okay, we have one function mobile print. Do I have to talk about this? Okay, is there anybody who hasn't heard today to test this? Come on, guys. Have you heard today? So please test this.
Yes.
It was announced like 10 times today. I even heard it because I remember XEROX and Visoft. The rest I didn't understand. Okay, so everybody heard it, right? Who tested it? Come on, I know you did. Because you work for us, and you have to. Okay, I tested it. So what we'll do is we'll try to test it, okay? I have to show you guys because it's very complicated and how to do it. One thing, you take your camera. I think that's the best way to test it. You take your camera and you shoot a picture. Of course, you can shoot a picture of yourself, or you can shoot a picture of everybody here, okay? But we'll shoot a picture of everybody here. So we'll do the picture, right? And then the next thing, we want to print this picture, right? Because it's a nice picture. So what we'll do, I cannot show you, we don't have like camera here. What we'll do is, we'll look at the picture, and we are going to share the picture with our email system. Doesn't matter which one. And we are going to email it. Of course, please use your email that you registered with ETA, because that will work. That's the only email that will work. So I have the picture. It's a picture from here, right? Everybody see it? Okay. So I will share it. It's a very complicated thing. I will share it with my email. Okay. I will take large. I will type in the email address I need to send it to. I didn't install any application, nothing, since this phone knows email. It's one of the nice things of smartphones. I will send it to mobileprint@eta2u.ro. Okay? I suggest you place a subject. I will say picture, and I will just send it. Okay, what will happen now? Now it will go to the cloud. Actually, this email will go to Bruno, since we have our server there. From Bruno, it will shoot over to here, and it will land in ETA's mail server. And what will happen then? SafeQ will check it. SafeQ will know it's me, since it knows my email address, right? If it doesn't know my email address, what will happen? You should look. Guys, the right answer is ask the guy how he set it up. Okay? Okay, he set it up for rejection. Of course, you could set it up that it stores it, and then you can align basically user to it. It's an option. Okay, so what will happen is the server will process this. I will use one of my cards. I don't know which one of the two. I will basically swipe my card, and as I swipe my card, I will have the possibility to print it. I promise you I will print it, okay? And everybody can come and check if it's really working. If you want multiple print jobs and you want to print it multiple times, since we have the terminal, we can reprint it as many times as you would like. And since he has actually administrative access, or both guys have administrative access, if I'm not there, they can print it for you. So we have something to remember this session from, right? Good? Okay. So we have mobile print. This is basically mobile print. What you can use it for, and I think the most important functionality of mobile print is it gives you the possibility, if a guest comes into your network, not to allow him to, but they can still print. I'm a guest here, I'm not on the network, and I can print. Because it might happen. But I am assuring the security leak doesn't happen. Okay? So, what else features we have? We have one more feature, at least, scan management. With scan management, it's something like printing. I want to know who scanned and what they scanned. And I want to make sure it lands in the right mailbox. And of course, I want to teach people one more thing. Don't send me an email saying that it came from the device and the subject is scanned from blah, 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 blah. I don't know, I hate that, right? Everybody hates that. So the scan management functionality works very simply. I will tell you the simple steps. It can be overcomplicated, of course. You swipe the card, you say, I want to scan this document to myself. It will send it to me. You can make some, basically, 2 lines of notes, and then you can send it. And you have secure scanning. You have controlled scanning. Okay? All right, that's about scan management. We, of course, can report everything. We know who did what and whatever. You know, it's Big Brother. Okay, so let's get to the complex things. Architecture. Everybody read it?
Of course.
I didn't want you to read it. So, what I wanted to show you guys very simply and very quickly is the system is scalable. If you have small business, 7 MFPs, 20 MFPs, 1 location, 1 server, you can control everything. If you grow the company or you're a bigger company, you have basically branch offices. You can still have 1 central server managing everything. If the line breaks, it will still work alone for roughly 1 week. And then it will start panicking and it will shut off. But if you don't have the line back up in a week, I think this will be your least problem, right? You can even grow more. You can have multiple bigger offices. And then we can put on top a reporting server. And then you can go into an enterprise, multi-countries from Texas to UK to Tokyo. Actually, it's similar setup as YSEC. So we have a system like this. We use our own system. It works very nicely. If you don't believe us, come to one of our offices. And of course, you can have mobile workforce that is moving around, printing from place to place. You can have print roaming and you can have user roaming. And we can support it all with a very flexible system. From IT perspective, the system is really scalable in the meaning that you buy what you actually need. If you need 5 more devices, we can extend it with 5 more devices. And how you want to install the system or how you want to use the system, actually licensing gives you the full flexibility. You know what you have to do? Well, talk to the technical guys and agree with them, right? It's so simple. You agree with them, that's what they're going to install. But the system gives you the full flexibility. If you want multiple servers, if you want cluster, anything. And of course, you can synchronize between the cluster. Actually, I have a slide about the cluster. I don't know why I'm skipping in forward. Okay, so you have full redundancy. There's one thing I don't like about this slide is that it should be like workstation, MFP, that's another level, right? You have the ORSs managing the MFPs. You have the management layer. And on top of that, there is one more layer, which is the reporting layer. So if you really want to split it up and you're able to provide all the servers, even for a small company, you can basically layer the whole system. And this gives you extreme security, operational security, and actually administrative security, full control. So you have the reporting layer that will basically control everything. You will have the management layer that will, from where you will manage, and that will actually access all other systems. And then you have basically the control, which is controlling the multifunctionals. If anything drops out, others can take over and the system will be up and running and functioning. So you don't have actually a single point of failure. Of course, if all the workstations shut down, we cannot print, sorry. That can happen, right? Yeah, that's when you don't have electricity. So nothing will function. Okay, just to simplify it, and simple architectural view, okay? If I am an end user, I can print, copy, scan, manage my jobs, everything within SafeQ, and I will actually have basically my control, my security, right? I know that I will only pick up the print job that is mine and nobody else will pick up mine. And as an admin, I will be able to configure. I will be able to manage everything from one interface. As a manager, I will actually have full overview via the reports. Of course, external systems, you can connect them, and you can basically input data. It doesn't matter if it's an Active Directory or any other system. From external, wherever you can have the file system. It pushes print jobs, scan jobs, whatever you want to put there. From the printer perspective, printer prints. You know what's the best when you guys do sales training to within, let's say, a vendor where they are selling multifunctional printers? And some guys learn that you press the green button and it copies. And you see they are happy. And you see that in our company, when you authenticate, you get all the print jobs, and you see that from the sales gals. That's also something good. Okay, so, but that's an ugly joke. Okay, send emails. You can use this. You need the mail server, payment system. I'm not going to talk about right now. Identity management. We can connect to different identity management systems. This can be all the way, if you want high-end security, use chip card pin code. And we externally connect to external system and basically identify you. And of course, there is the Windows. Sorry, we can't access Windows because that's where the print jobs are coming from. Actually, that's all I wanted to say. Any questions? No? It should be, I want to test it. I want to see the picture. Yeah, that's why I want to give you guys like 5 minutes extra. Okay, of course, if you want to test the system, try the system, contact the guys, they are able to install it, you are able to test it. Full functionality. Okay? So, thank you. Oh yeah, thanks Bogdan, it's especially you. And Bogdan, and it's for both of you.